Good day, Market Club traders everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. We're going to start off looking at the major indices, and then we're going to be looking at three stocks that we think are interesting. One is Yahoo, which reports today after the close. The other one is Chipotle, also reporting after the close. And finally, Sciences after the close. So we'll be looking at each of those stocks and giving you a strategy that you may want to employ before the close. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. This is a close-only chart, a daily chart. You can see there's the daily right there, and it's a close-only going through to basically early today. So here we are. We rallied up to the 38.2%, stopped the market cold. It actually stopped cold at the 50% RSI line. Very, very important line, and I think that's what you want to watch very carefully. As we said, we thought this is going to be a choppy sort of week where the market realigns itself with new levels, but eventually we think it's going to move lower. The triangles basically are still negative, the weekly and the monthly, so stay with the position. This is a chart of gold, spot gold. You can see we've had a nice run up. We've been basically bullish on this. You can see the weekly and the daily. We use those to trade. The weekly for trend and the daily for timing. So you can put those in. There's the weekly coming in right there, and if we put the daily in, you can see it hit right here at 1,094. We're currently trading at around about $20 higher, which is about $2,000 a contract, a really nice return. So we did very, very well in 2014 with this market. Not so well in 2015, but we still made money, and this is starting out to be a good year in gold. Let's watch that carefully for the rest of the year. So moving on. This is the Dow. You can see we'll take that off. Let's put all of our trade triangles back on. You can see the monthly and the weekly still negative. You can see we've rallied back up. Really didn't get above this point here. Still stopped at the 50 line. Not a good sign for this market, and I think we'll chop around for a while before resuming our uptrend. What I would expect to see happening, look, this is what we've had happen so far. We've had a sharp down move, and really we've just done this. And I think eventually we'll go back down again. Moving below this level, I think would be a big, that's around the 15.8 level. I think that would be a huge negative for the stock market. This is Yahoo. This is the first of our stocks we're talking about. I'm going to put so this is a line chart. You can see we're down today, down about 2.9%. I would say I want to be short this market if it closes at or close to its lows, or sort of down for the day, because I think the earnings are going to be disappointing, and also they're going to lay off a lot of people at Yahoo. That's one of the reasons the stock is down today. So I think they're telegraphing the fact that it's a negative situation for this stock, and I think it's going to continue to see further erosion. You can see it couldn't even get to the 50 line. That's how bad it is, or how weak it is. So I'd expect to see this market under pressure after the close today when it announces its earnings. This is the other stock we talked about, Gilead Sciences. This is a daily chart. You can see it's really not doing too well. It's down. All the trade triangles are negative on this stock. The last signal came in at 102. It's currently trading at around 83. So you can see we don't use the daily, so let's just take this off for now and just put the weeklies on. There's the weekly came in here at 102. And you can see boom, 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 straight the way down, no let up. And I think it's not over yet. And I think you could take a short position in this market and expect to see this market report disappointing earnings, and will lower later on this afternoon and tomorrow. So let's see how that plays out. This is the Nasdaq. It's composite again. You can see that really the market hasn't gone anywhere. You're sort of stuck in this sort of box environment. You can see, just draw a quick box right here. Really, that's where it's gone pretty weak in my opinion. So you've gone straight down, sideways, and I think we're going to continue down and break below this box and go further down. Trade triangles are negative on this index, and we expect that trend to continue. Well, crude oil is down a lot today. We're once again approaching the $30 mark. But again, look at where it stopped. This is the 50 line. This is where it gets to be very interesting. You want to watch this area very closely. Right here, you see how it just sort of got to the 50 line and boom, turned back down again. You can't see that. This is just, I think this is a magical indicator. You can see it very close here and not quite so close here, but you can see it really is a stopping point for this market for the moment. Once we go through that, it's a different game. But for the moment, we have to look at, let's just take that off for the moment. All of our trade triangles are negative, indicating this market should be under pressure. You can see 31.74 was the signal, and we're currently trading at 30.29. So again, this is looking negative on the downside. Last market, this is Chipotle. Now, this is Chipotle Mexican Grill. You know, they had all the problems with the health situation. This is a market you should not be basically. It announces its earnings this afternoon, and you see how you have the monthly down and the weekly up? That's saying you should be on the sidelines. It's too undecided about this particular market, and I think that's the key level. You see the weekly just kicked in just a couple of days ago, yesterday as a matter of fact. This is before the report, so somebody may know something about this, and they've also released I think the health department released it saying it's no longer looking at Chipotle anymore. So again, this is something you want to look at. Just look at, not take a position, be on the sidelines and see what happens. But they're the two positions we want to be. That's Yahoo and also Gilead Sciences. We want to be short those markets going into the close today because of their earnings potential and disappointments. Hey, I'm Adam Hewison. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for watching. Have a great trading day, everyone. Let's see how those earnings come out this afternoon.